Hey guys, hey, so today I'm coming to you with one of the most exciting reviews I have ever done. One of the most exciting things that I have ever had the pleasure of reviewing, and to be able to share it with you guys and to help you like it's helping me is just, it's out of this world. So today I get to review PatchMD. Yes, I do. So I have been talking with PatchMD for a little over a month now, probably almost 2 months now, and I've been asking a great deal of information because you know how I am, like I like to sponge. So if you are new to my channel, you will quickly understand a few things about me, and the first thing you need to understand is that I take nothing lightly, especially when it comes to my health. So 3 months ago I had a whole series of blood tests done before I had my lap band removed, and I was vitamin D deficient, and my calcium was low, my protein was getting, I was borderline, and my iron was low. Did I say that? D3. D3 was low. I'm sorry, I might have said iron twice. So my D, my iron, my calcium, and my protein were all suffering because of the band. Because having the band in, I threw up more often than being able to digest my food. And that also included vitamins. If they weren't gummies, they just, or if I didn't crush them, I couldn't get them down. So I was constantly looking for another source of vitamins, something that I could take that would get me back up in level. And that's when I came across these. And now I have been eyeing them for a while. I actually had my mom buy them first before I even talked to them, because she has vitamin deficiencies. My aunts had vitamin deficiencies. Like, it is very common. If you have a sleeve, if you have a lap band, if you have, you know, a gastric bypass, if you've had the DS, if you've had some revisions done, even people without surgery, it is very common to have deficiencies in your vitamins, because most of these things we get from food. Okay, and especially if you've had bariatric surgery, we can no longer consume the mass quantities that you would need to be ordered to keep your levels up. Now, the first thing I just want to get off the table here is that we all start off with a reserve. Okay, so let's just say that you have had some sort of weight loss surgery. We all start off for the first, usually about 2 years. You have a very good reserve because you haven't had surgery, and you know, you've been able to eat a lot, and your vitamins and stuff typically look pretty good for a couple years. Now that starts to deplete. So what you start ending up with is vitamin deficiencies. And I'm going to show you step by step, well, not completely, but I'm going to show you little snippets of what can happen with these sorts of vitamin deficiencies. So I also asked one of the ladies that, you know, I've been talking to a lot of questions. So the first thing I wanted to know was, I have thyroid medication that I have to take early in the morning. I wanted to know that if I put these little patches on, would it interfere with my thyroid medication? Could I still take it while I was wearing them? Would it really matter? Because thyroid medication, when you take it, you're not allowed to have pretty much a lot of things with it. You're not supposed to take it with any kind of medication. You're not supposed to take it, you know, in a couple hours of dairy, no sugar. You're supposed to take it with just water, you know, and a lot of people don't follow those guidelines, and you know, it can lead to more issues with your thyroid. So I wanted to know whether or not taking these and having them on when I took my thyroid medication in the morning, would it interfere? No, because these go through your skin, so it doesn't go through your intestinal tract, it doesn't go through your stomach. You don't have to worry about it interfering with any of your medications. So that is something I asked about, because that was one of my major concerns. I was like, okay, when would I have to take these in order to not interfere with my other medications? Because, you know, I also take Nexium. So far I've been using these for a month, and so far no issues. I also wanted to point out that I have severe tape and latex allergies. Now I'll show you a video. There will be clips at the end that show you me putting them on and taking them off in the morning. What I like to do is I like to put them on right before, like usually about 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed. And then when I get up and I'm getting ready for my day, and you know, maybe you have to go out, maybe you have to, you know, go take your kids to school or whatever, and then you know, you're gonna take your shower and get ready, you take them off. Like, how easy is that? So you can wear them up to 12 hours. So that's what I like to do. I like to make sure that I wear them for 12 straight hours. And I also asked, can you wear them all at the same time? So they have so many of these. So what I have is I have the Iron Plus, because I told you I have a deficient in iron. I have the B12 Energy Plus. I have the Tropical patch for the Multivitamin Plus. And then I have the Vitamin D and Calcium. Now they also have just a D. So just a D3. So if you have a big deficiency in your vitamin D, you could just choose that. But I would choose to try to go into these two. So one of the things I really wanted to talk about with her was that DS patients, some of the RNY patients, we get into the deficit so much. And I was wondering, you know, you only get so much per packet. Like, you only get so many vitamins per packet. You know, like vitamin D, you only get like 2,000 IUs. So I wanted to know, you know, would they up those and sell them as a different patch? And she said, and I will say verbatim, my question was, it is a super growing need for upped patches for DS patients. If you aren't planning on making them extra strength, which is what I was asking, for the more needs of DSers, or i.e. me when I have surgery, would you recommend taking 2 of them per day? Now, there are 2 different things I want to tell you about. The first thing I talked to her about was, okay, so you can use more than one of these per day, more than one of one kind. So let's say that your iron is at like 9 and you really want it to be 13, 14, 15-ish, you know, around that area. You can use, and if your body needs it, your body will take it from the patch. If your body doesn't need it, then it won't absorb. That's what I really liked about this. So what she said shouldn't really matter, since we are entirely bypassing the gastrointestinal tract, meaning that the baseline needs for everyone is the same. If someone's body is showing needs more than the baseline on their blood work, then that's when it's more of the individual's makeup. So that's when you would have to decide whether or not you wanted to try using 2 at once, and then going back for more blood tests to see, you know, how much of it you need. So what I thought was really interesting is you only absorb as much as you need. It's unique to everybody, okay? So not everybody's going to have the exact same results. You know, just be mindful of that. I wanted to show you, well, I'll show you in the clips, but since we're talking here, they come in these little itty teeny tiny little patches. Excuse me, you peel one off, you set it, and forget it. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So there's that. So if you're having a more evasive surgery like I am, if you need more, you use more. If you don't need more, you don't use more. How simple is that? So I said, can you wear them all the time? Can you put them on a few, you know, and I said, can you put on a few, you know, if you needed more than one? She said, yes. I said, are there any drug interactions that I should know about, more common to rare? And she says, not really, because it's pretty much skin contact only. You're not really interfering with your other medications. I just wanted to reiterate that one more time. Hey, so excuse the pajamas, but I'm going to bed here in about, what time is it? About 5 minutes. So I thought this would be a great time to go ahead and show you my routine with my vitamins. So what I do is I take the multi, take one out of the pack. Super easy. I'm going to show you, let's see here. I know I've got one that I've already, oh, there it is. So this is the last one on this page. You get 6 on per page. You just peel. Just be really easy here, and just peel it on the edge so you don't touch a whole lot of it. Find a nice spot somewhere. I've tried them on my chest. I've tried them on my shoulders. So I like to find a good spot that I think they won't come off, and there you go. So I put these on, normally I put these on a little bit before bed, depending on how much time I'm going to spend in bed. And it is almost 5 o'clock for me, so I know that I will keep these on until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, because at 5 o'clock in the afternoon I have to go to the gym. So you have to make sure, and this is my vitamin D3 and calcium. So you have to make sure that you're not going to get wet or anything like that. So if I'm going to take a shower later, I'd have to take them off and re-stick them. But I don't have to do that because I already did that today. Then I like putting them all on one shoulder, because that way I only have to worry about one shoulder. So that was the end of this one. And then I do my iron, which is the one that I am deficient in. So when I was talking to the lady that sent them to me, she sent me a whole bunch of information, which you guys will hear previous to me showing you this. And she said that if your body needs it, you will absorb it. If your body doesn't need it, then you won't absorb it. So, like I said, I like to try and put them all right about the same general area here. And I make sure that I stick them down really well. I will do this multiple times before I go to sleep so that they don't come off. If you have oily skin at all, I would definitely prep your skin, wash it, clean it, dry it, that type of thing to put them on. These are so convenient. You don't know how often, well, you would because you've had surgery too. You don't know how many times I've had to get up in the middle of the night to take my iron pill, and then it would just burn my stomach. So having the iron and calcium and everything, and I could take them all at the same time. This is the only one I don't take at night, and for obvious reasons, because it's B12, it's energy. Of course, you guys will see all the stats and stuff in the previous, part of my video that you guys see. I just wanted to show you, I put them all at once, and then I just go to sleep. So if you roll over a lot, I would suggest that you put them on, like your chest, or maybe, something that you're not going to roll over a lot on. So they've been working great here. I've never had one come off in my sleep. I take them off, when I'm about to shower or when I'm about to go to the gym, because like I said, if you sweat and stuff like that, they would come off. I will talk to you in the next set. It looks like many hours later, and I'm just going to take them off. So, Now, I do roll all night long. I also wanted to mention that I have a severe latex, rubber, and adhesive allergy. And nothing. Look. It's perfectly fine. No irritation. It doesn't itch. It doesn't pull my hair out. You just put them on, take them off. You cannot re-stick them. So if you do happen to have to take these off, it's not like you can just lick it and stick it. Or maybe you could, but I don't suggest that. I'm not thinking that'd be a good idea. Don't lick these. I did not tell you to lick these. No. I'll do that off camera and I'll tell you later. No, I'm just joking. So, so I have a severe tape allergy. If you go back to my panaculectomy video where I had all that tape over my stomach and everything, I had, that's so much better than what you were looking at. So my panaculectomy video where I had all the tape all over my body, that gave me severe blisters and peeling and all that just from that regular paper tape. And that's them using the paper tape because they can't use the regular tape on me. So if I and my mother have severe allergies to adhesives and that doesn't do anything for me, it's good stuff. I'm very happy with the product. It takes so much worry off my mind. It makes me feel like I'm getting all I need. And I do have blood tests coming for my next surgery. So you guys will see that I will, since I have a good 2 months before my surgery, and I probably don't have to have all my blood tests for another month or so. So that gives these time to, that gives these time to work. So because I have a D and I have a iron deficiency, so it will show you whether or not and how these are working, because I'm not taking anything else right now. I'm just taking these and any of the pill form stuff like the B complex and stuff like that that I don't have a sticky for. So you'll see more later. I'm just showing you the ones that I'm doing and what happens if you have a deficiency in this, then maybe you should go get it checked out. So if you have if you're low in your B vitamins, which are super, super important to get taken care of. So it can lead to anemia. It may also have some weird side effects like weakness, tired, you're lightheaded, you can have heart palpitations, shortness of breath, pale skin. I'm just pale, y'all. A smooth tongue, which means that you don't have the typical little hairs on your tongue that, you know, when you stick your tongue at the little taste buds, it'll be completely smooth. Constipation, you can deal with diarrhea, you can have loss of appetite, I wish. You can have gas, nervous problems, nerve problems, like numbness and tingling, muscle weakness. You can have problems walking. You can have vision problems. It deals with depression. You can have memory loss, behavioral changes, and that's just if you're low on your B vitamins. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to have to deal with when, you know, it can be, and some of these things are so subtle that you don't even realize that they can happen when they're happening. So for me, it's a very, you wouldn't know what it was until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would be like, oh, you know, I'm just tired all the time. Maybe I have the flu. Oh, you know, I'm just not remembering things like I was supposed to. My depression is bad this month. And until you go get blood work, which most people don't get blood work but once a year, you know, maybe 6 months, maybe once a year. So you could be having all of these kinds of vitamin deficiencies and issues without even knowing it, without even understanding why you're feeling that way. So that's why I thought this was really important to talk about. So now I wanted to talk about low iron, which is actually really, really common, and that's what people have to have infusions for. So that is rampant in the weight loss surgery channels, or people talking about, you know, their iron has gotten low, because a lot of the times we're not able to eat the fibrous greens or a lot of beef to continue to have the proper iron. And plus, if you're having issues with your menses and you're having your menses all the time or super heavy flow, since you had, you know, the hormones are going crazy, you can have low iron really easily and without even knowing it. So yeah, with low iron, you can have weakness, fatigue, which means you're always tired. You can have headaches. You can have pale skin. Again, I'm going to say I'm just pale. Shortness of breath. You can get dizzy. You can have those weird pica cravings, which means that you want to eat things that really aren't food, like dirt, more ice, all the time chewing ice. You want to eat clay. You can have tingling or crawling, weird feelings in your legs, fingers in your fingers, they can be numb and tingling. Your tongue can swell. You can have tongue soreness, cold hands and feet. So that's not just a circular problem. That could be from low iron. fast or irregular heartbeat, and then your nails can be very brittle from having low iron. So that one's a really important one I wanted to talk about. And then of course I'll show the picture right after each one of these so you'll see exactly what I said in case you didn't catch it. So I wanted to tell you on this one, the iron, what you're getting, which I thought was really neat. So not only you're getting vitamin A, which is beta carotene, you're getting 35,000 IUs. You get vitamin C, which helps you absorb the iron. You're getting 250 milligrams. You're getting iron, 45 milligrams. And then, I don't know how to say that word. Astaxanthin, 200 micrograms. So Iron Plus contains a non-constipating, important, ding, 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 light bulb, because iron does constipate you. Yes, ma'am. Well-absorbed form of iron. Iron is an essential mineral for the healthy blood cell formation. Vitamin C, beta-carotene are added for enhanced absorption. So, one a day. That's all you need. So, that one's important. I really wanted to get that one in there. So let's talk about vitamin D3. So the signs for vitamin D3 are very subtle. Okay, so you wouldn't really know that you were low in it until it's too late, because again, just like the other ones, you know, fatigue, being tired all the time, you know, just not feeling right, not having a whole lot of energy, but it also deals with more than just that. It also deals with cardiovascular. You can get heart disease from having low. It can deal with it can bother your asthma. You can get certain kind of cancers, you know, in enhanced you know, risk for cancer for having a low vitamin D. It's just, it's a crapshoot with that one and calcium, because they're usually almost hand in hand, and calcium's a little bit different. So I'll talk about calcium in this one as well, and then I'll show you the slide. Calcium, you have a reserve, like I told you in the very beginning of this, you have a really big reserve of vitamins when you start out, and it isn't until your body starts leaching that. But calcium is different. Calcium will still show that your levels are great, but the entire time it is actually leaching the calcium from your bones and teeth the entire time. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard, but your body's need for calcium will actually leach all of the calcium out of your bones, which leads to osteoarthritis. It can lead to osteopenia. It can lead to brittle bones. You can have, you know, people, you hear old people, it's usually associated with old people when you think about that. Like when you think about people who have, you know, problems with their bones, it's usually elderly, because, you know, as they get older, their bones become more brittle because they're not getting enough calcium. So it's not just drinking milk, okay? Drinking milk is not going to save you. You need to take your calcium, but which is awful for us bariatric patients taking calcium. You have to take them stacked. You can't really take them all at once because you don't absorb them all through the intestinal tract all at once. So a lot of us have to take even more, and if you get pregnant, even more, to try to combat having the brittle bones and issues like that. So if people fall and, you know, they break a leg, or they break an arm, they break the wrist, you know, just like, I've even heard of people bumping something and just breaking, you know, one of their bones. So if you're looking to have bariatric surgery, you need to be diligent and don't wait until it's too late. You have to get this done. You know, you have to be really up on your vitamins all the time, because it might look great on paper, but it won't take long until like wah, and then your vitamins are in the toilet, and it takes so long for you to up them. And there's not really a calcium infusion. No. Like, you're not gonna be like, oh, well, I'll just, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I'll just go get infusions of iron. Number one, those come with serious side effects. You don't want infusions. If you don't have to have an iron infusion, you don't want it, because it can give you headaches. There's all kinds of risks involved with that. You have to sit there for 3 hours. Like, it's no bueno. It is muy caca. So if you don't have to go through such extreme efforts to try to get in what you need to get in per day for your vitamins, why would you want to? So with calcium, you know, I really wanted to stress that one. If there's only 2 of these that you can afford, if there's only 2 of them that you can, you know, go for, I would do the calcium and D3, and I would do the iron. So if you wanted to start off with something, because these are the 2 that people screw up more often than not. These are the 2 people are like, oh, my calcium, you know, finally, you know, I broke a bone, or oh, my vitamin D is low, oh, my iron is low. These are the 2 that per day you have to kind of stack and play with to try to get it the right time, because I know people like me who are getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to take their damn iron pills, and it gave me an ulcer, and it made me sick all the time, like, and it constipated me all the time. So, you know, if I had to choose with the 2 to start off with, I would definitely go for the vitamin D3 and calcium, and I would definitely go for the iron, and I would take them before you go to bed, like 2 or 3 hours before you know you're going to go to bed, right after supper. Slap them on your arm, 1 and done. Set it, forget it until the next day. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I really hope you'll consider ordering them. This is an amazing company. You can read a lot about them, and like I said, you can use my coupon code. It will be the same for, you know, for as long as I start taking these. I believe that they will keep this coupon up for Nirvana 30. So you'll get 30% off, which makes these $13.95. Hello. I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. If you have any questions, please leave them down below for me. I will be more than glad to ask the lady I've been talking to and get those answers for you. I will be talking about these each month because I'm continuously taking them. You will see them in my other videos, like on my arm. The last couple videos, you'll see them when I make my videos at night. They're actually sitting on my arm, and you'll see me put them on and off in this video. I will talk to you guys later. Mwah! Have a wonderful day, and bye.